Hi everyone, it's Daisy. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be filming again. I know it's been a while. A lot of stuff has been going on. I was more focused on taking pictures for a while. Like always, I'll leave my link down below. Other crazy stuff also has been happening. Like someone tried to run into our house last night, so that really shook me up. But and also the Travis Scott tragedy. I've been really thinking about making a YouTube video on that, but I actually have that topic that I want to cover of how the industry has been using like a lot of satanic like imagery in their performances, and um, I just think it's not okay. It's literally trying to influence the younger generation, and that's a topic I really want to touch on. And that's exactly what the Travis Scott concert was. Um, but yeah, stuff like that really affects me, and it really gets me down. So that shook me also. Um, yeah, I also got this like weird pimple here. I got this weird rash, just like a lot of weird stuff. So I'm just glad to be recording again. Okay, so anyways, I'm trying not to make my intro that long. So today's video, if you could tell by the title, this video's today is going to be about my mom, the woman who birthed me. Um, Obviously my mom had a lot of influence in who I am in my life, and obviously it's common sense and it's psychology that uh, you learn a lot of stuff from your parents, and you know, it's up to you whether to grasp their good qualities or bad qualities. Um, and I'm talk about my mom's life story and the qualities that I picked up from her that I'm very proud of, and I'm proud of her, and I want to tell her story, and I want to tell my story. And all of this is for inspirational purposes, motivational purposes. That's another thing that has been stopping me. When I say this in my videos all the time, it's a disclaimer. When I talk about the stuff that I'm passionate about, obviously anybody, if anybody's talking about something they're passionate about, their tone, their energy is going to change. And that's how I am. When I talk about something that I'm passionate about, of course I get like into it. And when I post on social media, someone the other day tried to call me hostile and was like, oh, you're very hostile. And it was very funny because the post that I made was about how people are fake on social media, how people will post about loyalty, and in real life they're cheaters and f-boys. um the example I posted was, I seen someone post something about revenge, like don't seek revenge, and this person is like the most vengeful person I've ever met in my life. So I posted about that, how people do that, and I don't like that. Like, let's be honest and let's spread awareness, and let's all help each other, motivate each other. I'm not trying to be hostile. I'm done. Like, I'm done with liars, manipulators, evil people. I'm here to say the truth, and I'm a truth seeker. I'm a truth teller. Um, that's godly to me. And it did bother me when I was called hostile, because that's the exact opposite of what I'm trying to do. But clearly that person was triggered. And it's so funny because I think it was a fake page also, because they were speaking to me as if they knew me, and they don't know me. And that's the thing also, like, that's, I feel like that's my other purpose, and my journey also. And I believe it's God's work, because I'm a truth teller. If you're telling lies, manipulating, being petty, you're not godly. You're the exact opposite. You're working like the devil. You're not working like God, because God loves the truth. Yeah, so this is my purpose, and this is what I want to do. So I'm gonna start telling the story about my mom. So the first thing is, So I'm nervous. Grab a drink. No, and I encourage I encourage other people to do this also, because I'm sure other people out there have stories also that can motivate people. And I say put your story out there. Tell the truth. Don't put fake stories out there on your social media. Say what you've been through and motivate people, and tell them real stories, not lies. And that's why I made that post. Like, social media bothers me, and in that aspect, it's like false prophets. Even in the spirituality community, like all this like positive vibes, good vibes, and in real life, these people are like toxic vampires, like energy vampires. Like, I'm so I'm done with that. Let's stop being fake. Let's put our story out there and motivate other people. Okay. So I'm first generation, which means my mom and dad were immigrants. Um, my mom did get her green card. Also, I did. Um, I do feel like my energy has been off because of all the things that I've said. So I literally made bullet points of the topics that I want to cover. So if it gets like little presentation style, sorry, but I'm going down a list so I can keep um my facts in order, and I don't want to be like all over the place. So yeah, first I'm gonna start off there. I'm first generation, which means my mom and dad were both immigrants. They're both from TJ, I believe, and yeah, my mom got her green card, but at this point, all my family are citizens. Like they've all got their American citizenship. Like they took the test, da da da. Um, but yeah, even though my mom is from TJ, cause I'm from San Diego, and obviously the border's like right there. Um, yeah, yeah, my mom's from TJ, but she didn't go to school there. She came to school over here. She was a little girl, I think, when they moved over here. Um, and my family grew up in Logan, Logan Heights. If you're familiar with San Diego or just familiar with life in general, I think Logan, San Diego are both popular. Um, um, yeah. So my mom was my mom was a young teen mom. She got pregnant when she was 17, um, and she had me 4 years later. Me, my sister, and my brother are all 4 years apart. But yeah, my mom had my sister when she was 17. Um, and she didn't move out of Logan until she was pregnant with my brother, which was 1996. My brother was born. We're 4 years apart, which means I was 3. Um, and that thought always blows my mind. Like, can you imagine if my mom didn't move out of Logan? If all of our family didn't move out of Logan? Imagine if I grew up in Logan, how different my life would be. Like, I can't even imagine. um, and honestly, the fact that my family grew up in Logan, and I was raised around that environment, that should tell you a lot about me, who I am as a person. Um, that's why I think it's so funny when I see like, because I grew up in Spring Valley, and I just thought it was hilarious seeing like, I mean, no offense, but I just thought it was hilarious seeing like Spring Valley locos and Bloods and Crips and all this stuff when I grew up. My family's from Logan, but I also grew up seeing. I also grew up knowing that you're supposed to be quiet about that stuff. You're not supposed to say that stuff. But I'm just putting that one fact out there. My family's from Logan, and that should tell you a lot about me. So, and I move in silence, and that's what I learned from that lifestyle. Um, if you're a real OG gangster, you be quiet. You don't tell no one nothing, and you keep it low. So that's why when I see all these like people try to act all hard, it's kind of funny. It's a joke. But yeah. So moving on, my mom got married to my dad young. I asked her, and I think she said she was 21 or 22. She has to check the date on her marriage certificate. Um, but the thing about my mom and dad, like I said, um, that lifestyle, my dad, unfortunately, he got involved in the street life, and he was in and out of prison majority of my childhood. That's a big fact. A lot of people don't know that about me. I don't talk about my dad a lot, and I don't like to say that about my dad because I don't want to talk poorly about him, but it is a fact about my life, and that also tells you a lot about me. Um, so I'm getting distracted by my hair. My hair looks so cute. Should I use it like this or um? Shout out to my hair girl. Look how long my hair is. This is real too. Um, but yeah, my dad. Um, so so pretty much since my dad was always like gone, my mom, we did grow up like as a she raises as a single mom pretty much. Yeah, she raises as a single mom. Um, she had to figure it out on her own. Um, uh, yeah, we lived all around Spring Valley. Um, and if you know Spring Valley, like we lived like by Mont Miguel first, and if you like, it's just hard to explain, but pretty much my mom used to walk like long distances to like get things done. She used to bust missions with like me and my sister and my little brother going to the store, going like anywhere because she didn't have a car first. And like modern times now, like a lot of girls, like I don't see a lot of girls struggling like that, like taking the bus and with their kids and stuff. Like personally, I don't. Of course there's girls out there, but personally, I don't. So I give a lot of kudos for my mom for doing that. Like I can't, like literally by the age she was 28, she already had 3 kids. So that's like me right now already having 3 kids, busting missions, like, So she pretty much had to hustle for a car by herself. Um, yeah, she had to figure it all out by herself. No one really helped her. Like, she has like she has hella siblings, uncle. I have hella uncles and aunts, but they have their own life, and they didn't really help my mom. So she was pretty much single mom figuring it all out on her own. Um, so my mom didn't finish high school, I think because she got pregnant. So she dropped out, but she did get her GED, and she always worked customer service, and that's another kudos I send to my mom because I don't like people. No, I just have social anxiety because probably because of all the stuff that I've been through, but I can never do customer service. I do not want to interact with people. Well, that sounds so bad, but you know what I mean. Like, there's a difference between customer service and self-employment. Come on. And so that's why I give my mom a lot of kudos for that. Um, yeah, and growing up, I always felt like my mom had like hella jobs. Like she always hustled. Um, and she has hella stories of like all the stuff that she went through, like the shitty people at her jobs. And there was even a teacher at one of her GED classes that gave her a hard time. Um, she wouldn't let my mom use the bathroom. And that's like, so if anybody tried to do that to a pregnant woman now, like they would be in huge trouble. Like she literally wouldn't let my mom use the bathroom and made my mom get a doctor's note. So my mom had to get a note from the doctor, give it to the teacher, and say she's allowed to use the bathroom whenever she wants. When she was pregnant, I'll be damned. If a teacher told me that while I was pregnant, I will literally just walk out, and that teacher will get in trouble for telling me not to use the bathroom. Like, no. So my mom experienced, like, maybe I will say it was probably racism, because if she was a young Mexican girl years ago and pregnant, getting her GED, I'm pretty sure she was being judged. Because why wouldn't the lady let her use the bathroom? That's just weird. Anyways, so yeah, at one point, yeah, my mom's a hustler. She worked as a caregiver, which, if you know anything about that, they get paid good money. And she would sleep overnight at the old man's place to take care of him, which I think they pay you more when you sleep overnight. And my mom also has a government job. I'm not gonna say what job, but she has a government job. She took a test and got a good score. That's another thing. She didn't finish high school. She got a GED, and she took a, what is it called? County test? Government? I don't know. But she took the test to be able to get this government job, and she passed it on her first try. So again, I give kudos to my mom for that. Like, she didn't even finish high school, and she passed the test on her first try, and she got the job. And again, the job that she works at, I could never do that. No. So kudos to my mom. The job she works at. I know if I told you guys would be like, no. So yeah, she got paid good. Her government job was a big accomplishment. Yeah, so she gets all the good benefits, like the usual. Which is really dope, as she gets really good medical insurance. So it covered me and until I was the age of 26. So unless I got married, then I wouldn't have my mom's insurance. But since I never got married, I had my mom's insurance till I was 26. So because of that, when I gave birth to James when I was 20, since I was under her medical insurance, it covered my whole delivery. I mean, my baby dad, James' dad, I think he had insurance too. I mean, I don't know actually, but I was covered by my mom. I was still under her plan, and it covered my pregnancy, my whole pregnancy. Uh-oh. So, okay, so this is a bit personal. So the fact that my mom worked a lot was so hard for me. It's a major trigger for me. And that's one reason why I really wanted to be a stay-at-home mom for James. Because I hated being away from my mom all the time. Because she worked like all the time. Sometimes she'd even miss holidays. Well, she wouldn't miss them, but she would just come home late. I remember that a few times. So it would suck. Come on, when you're a kid, it would suck not having your mom and dad around. But again, she would show up late because of work. But just that feeling sucked. So I know I'm blessed and I'm grateful to be able to kind of be a stay-at-home mom right now and be there for James 24/7, because that is a trigger for me. Like, I used to hate it. And that's another thing my mom went through that I'm so grateful that I don't have to go through. My mom went through she went through a lot of bad child cares. And that's a whole other topic of different stories of what happened to us at the different child cares. So she would have to take us out of these sketchy child cares and get us into another one. And that's another thing that's like, I can't imagine going through that. I can't imagine putting James in a childcare and then realizing it's sketchy, and then I have to take him to another one, and then realizing it's sketchy, and then taking. No. No. So I am blessed and I'm grateful I don't have to do that to my James. Um, yeah. Uh, trying to read. Oh yeah, but of course, eventually, we found a good childcare, and this lady was like, amazing. Like, my brother was like months old, like 9 months old, 11 months old, when we started going there. So that's another thing. Imagine that. Imagine having your baby months old, and you have no choice but to go back to work and leave your baby at a random childcare. I cannot imagine that. I would be freaking out, especially after experiencing several bad ones. But luckily, this lady was good, and we stayed there for years. So my brother was months old, which means I was 4, and my sister was 8. And that lady took care of us. I stopped going there when I was 12, I think, or 11. So if I was 4 and I stopped going there when I was 11, how many years is that? 7 years? 8? Um, and this lady was amazing. Like, almost like a second grandma. And she helped my mom too. She was a good person, and her kids were good to us too. I remember them. When her daughters even helped teach the vals in my quinceañera. Um, yeah, she's really creative, and she was really nice doing that for us. Not only did she do it for us, but she did it for my sister and my cousins. Like, she was just creative, and she made up a whole vals, like the dance. If you're familiar with quinceañeras. So yeah, we were blessed to meet her. Um, oh, oh yeah, let's keep talking about that trigger. So this was a trigger for me, I think, because yeah, my mom worked long hours, and like literally she didn't get off work till like late. Like, it was like dark. Like, in my memory, I want to say like 6:30, 7:30, but maybe she got off at 5:30 or 5. But from my memory, it was just like, my mom's not here. So it felt like she got there like at 7:30, because we were like the last kids to get picked up. Every day we were the last kids to get picked up. And it was just, as a kid, it's a shitty feeling. It's a bad feeling when you're watching each kid get picked up by their mom, and they almost look at you and they're like, ha ha. Like, you're kids and you don't know. And they kind of rub it in your face when they leave. So imagine it going through that every day, each kid rubbing it in your face, and you're the last kids to get picked up. But this lady, she would make it fun for us. She would give us snacks, and she would play board games with me all the time. We played hella board games. Um, she taught me how to play. I'm just going through my bullet point, making sure I'm following. Yeah, she taught me how to play checkers. She taught me how to play Chinese checkers. She taught me a lot of card games. I used to play Mancala with her. Like, she taught me how to shuffle, and like the like casino style. Like I love it. And I was a little girl, and she wouldn't go easy on me, and I would beat her sometimes, and I thank her for that, because I think she helped me become smarter. Like, she was, how do you call that? Is it critical thinking? I don't know. But when you're doing math, like, she just had like my brain juices flowing at a very young age, and I think she did help me be good at math. Like, you know, um, when you play checkers and cards, you have to be strategic, and she just had my brain juices flowing at a young age, and I thank her for that. Like, till this day, I'm addicted to Sudoku, Solitaire, Spider Solitaire. Like, I just love those type of games. Um, okay, so yeah. Um, um, Yeah, so um I I think it was her, maybe just me, or maybe it's Maybelline. It's like, no, but I think the fact that I played all those games at a young age, I was good at math. I've been in ever since elementary school. I've been in honors math. I've been advanced at math. I almost even skipped the sixth grade. Um, in fifth grade, they made me take a test to see if I was like advanced enough to skip sixth grade, but I didn't pass the test, so I didn't skip sixth grade. Um, oh, but my this same thing happened with my dad actually, and I think he did skip a grade. Pretty sure my mom told me that, but yeah, more facts. Anyways, so that was a major lesson that I learned from my mom. The way that she hustled, um, yeah, the way that she hustled, um, and that's why I want to talk about it. um, yeah, just the way she hustled so hard and made it happen no matter what because she had to for us. Like I just watched her do it all no matter what, and I always said if my mom could do that, I can do it too. And that's why I'm telling you guys the story. My mom could do it, and I can do it. You can do it too. Um, yeah. So another thing about my mom. My mom lost her mom when she was 23. Again, I can't imagine if I didn't have my mom right now. And she lost her dad when she was 26. So she lost both her parents at a young age. So that would, that thought is just crazy. Well, that would be like me right now, not having both parents. I mean, I don't have my dad, but I can't imagine not having my mom. But again, seeing her hustle and go through all of this, if I did lose her, God forbid, um, hopefully in 30 years, 40, 50 years, she's gonna live forever. um, I will know how to figure it out because I saw her do it. And if she did it, I can do it too. Um, because I saw her do it, and that shows me it's possible. Um, so yeah, the fact that she didn't have her parents, her siblings hardly helped her. My dad was never around, so yeah, she had no choice but to figure it out on her own. And sometimes when you figure it out on your own, you need government assistance. Um, this is another topic that is, I don't know if I'm gonna make a YouTube video just specifically on that, but I do think it's important to end the stigma on um, around welfare and all that and government assistance. And I can say I was against it too at one point in my life, but I, I was against it when I still had James' dad in my life. I still had James' dad in my life, and I had a family member telling me like, "Oh, you could sign up and you can qualify for this, and that." And at the time, I felt like I didn't need it because I had him, and we were doing okay. So why would I sign up for government assistance if we're already doing it okay? Like I'm not trying to scam the system or gyp the system, you know. But if you are a single mom and you don't have parents, baby daddy, sibling, nobody to help you, get government assistance. Don't go, don't be freaking out there using people for stability because that will give you bad karma. Go get off your butt and go sign up for government assistance. Like that's why it is there. That's why people pay taxes, especially if your parents pay taxes. Go get it. Like, especially right now during Corona, a lot of people qualify for food stamps, housing, so many things. Like, if you need it, get it. Like, don't be one of those people. Like, it's just crazy to me how people rather plot and scheme and use people, which accumulates bad karma, instead of just going to get government assistance and figuring it out on your own. Like, I'm not going to be the type of woman that's going to go look for a sugar daddy or a new man to take care of me. No. Like, I will go to Uncle Sam if I have to. I, or, or my mom. I don't want to rely on my mom, another man, sugar daddies, blah, 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 blah. No. I'd rather go to Uncle Sam because that's what it's there for. Like, if you qualify, do it. And these programs are to help you to get back into society. And obviously people use it for the wrong reasons. You know, the druggies and the scammers, they ruin it for everybody else who's actually trying to get their life together. Like my mom. She used these programs as a stepping stone. Oh, and childcare too. Childcare is freaking expensive. And there's programs out there who will cover childcare for you. All you have to do is sign up and see if you qualify. I've known this from a young age because my mom went through it. Like, childcare is expensive, so she used the programs to pay for childcare. Come on, like, why wouldn't you do that? Another YouTuber, I like that she was spreading awareness on it also, because she said that she was literally homeless. She said she was literally homeless, and she got all the programs. She not took advantage, but kind of, she took advantage of all the programs there is to offer, and she's on her feet now, on YouTube, hella subscribers, and you know, like, don't be ashamed. Like, I would rather go to Uncle Sam, the government assistance, than, you know, go the other route, begging my baby daddy for money, begging my mom for money, begging sugar daddies for money. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I can never do that. Use a man for money. I cannot fake it. If I don't love you, you will know it. Like, I cannot fake it and finesse a dude. Like, I don't have it in me. I can't be a liar. And no. So yeah, the stigma. I just think the stigma around that needs to change. And another thing too, y'all aren't ashamed to sign up for unemployment. Y'all aren't ashamed to accept those stimmy checks. All other programs are the same thing. So, you know, as I'm saying my mom's story, use these programs to help you. Because my mom legit, she works for the government now. She's a homeowner now. So those programs were just a stepping stone for her to help her because she was a single mom. Like, come on. My mom is like a perfect example for that. So, yeah. Yeah, it just sucks how, you know, and that's why I'm here to talk about the good and the evil, because, you know, there's going to be people on there who are drugs and who are scamming the system and messing it up for everybody else and messing up society and messing up the whole system and capitalism and taxes. And we know there's bad people, but there's also people who need it and use it for good. And sign up and see if you qualify, because I know childcare is expensive. I know, dude, textbooks are expensive if you go to school. Like, do not be ashamed. Let's see. Yeah, if your parents pay taxes, or if you pay taxes, like, come on, that's why it's there. That's why you pay taxes. Um, um, oh, okay. So moving on to the next topic. So the fact that my mom was always working and da da da, I think that also forced me to mature faster. My mom needed help to watch after my brother, um, since she was always working. Like I said, I think I stopped going to childcare when I was like 11. So I think that was sixth grade. and I would pick up my brother from childcare because he still went there, and then we would kind of just wander around Spring Valley after I picked him up. So imagine that I'm 11, 12, and my brother's 4 years younger than me, so he's like 8. And we're just wandering around Spring Valley. Sometimes I would get ice cream, we'd go to 7-Eleven. Sometimes we'd go to a family friend's house. Um, and sometimes we would go to the Spring Valley Library. Um, Usually we would go to the Spring Valley Library and we would get picked up there. But the whole time I would be taking care of my brother. Like my brother was like my first son. Like I took care of him. Um, I was really protective over him. So yeah, I matured at a young age, and I've always had that mother nurturing vibe. Um, yeah. Um, yeah. I already talked about that. Yeah, so my mom was able to get her own home with my aunt, her sister. Um Shout out to fire signs because they're both fire signs. My mom's a Sagittarius and my aunt is an Aries. I'm a Leo, so shout out to my fire signs because we are strong women. So yeah, my mom and my aunt, they were both single, um, and so they bought the house together, pretty much. Um, so yeah, that's another thing. Like I'm surrounded by independent women. I see them do it, so that's why I do it too. James is sleeping. I don't know if you guys just heard that. Um, yeah, so that's a huge accomplishment for them being homeowners. I know if I ever became a homeowner, that would be like so sick. Um, so yeah, I'm around two independent women, so like I I have no, you know, um. So my mom and dad got divorced in April 2005. I was 12. And that's another crazy thing. When they went through the divorce, we moved from one side of Spring Valley to the other. We used to live by Mont Miguel, and then we moved by Monte Vista. Um, if you want to get a background on my Chicano education history, I actually have a whole video on that, so you could go watch that. Um, yeah, because that also, you know, affected me. The shift, the move. Um, so yeah, my mom is pretty strong. She went through hell with my dad. It's not funny, but she went through a lot with my dad, and I saw her persevere through it. That's another lesson she taught me, her perseverance. Um, and a perfect song to depict that is is the song "I Will Survive" by Gloria Gaynor. Dude, go listen to that song. That song is like my mom's anthem. That song reminds me of my mom. So imagine growing up around that song. Like, um, yeah, so that song itself should tell you the type of person my mom is. um, like, maybe I'll put the lyrics down below. Um, and you guys will probably know exactly what song I'm talking about. So just imagine hearing that song growing up. Like, of course, I'm not going to tolerate any man's BS. Like, you know? Um, I was about to start singing it, but I stopped myself. Okay. Already said that. Oh, so let's talk about my mom's divorce. So, when my mom divorced my dad was in prison at the time. So when she did all the paperwork, I think she said it was pretty easy. Uh, she said she waited for the court date, and the same day she got a divorce and got full custody of us. So, um, I mean, of course, she had to wait their hours, but it was an easy process. She got custody, and the same day. But my mom loves telling the story of how um when she was filing for child support, the lady asked her, like, "Are you sure you don't want to serve him with child support? Like, he's gonna get out of jail." And my mom was just like, "No, no, I don't want nothing from him. I don't want nothing from him. I just want full custody." And she even said that the judge said, "What if he wins the lottery? Like, what if he wins the lottery? Like, don't you want to file child support?" And my mom said straight up that she didn't care if he won the lottery. All she wanted was full custody, and she wanted to be left alone. Like, just so imagine hearing that story growing up. So that's my mentality. After me and my baby daddy split, I was just like, I don't need you. I don't want you. For me, it's a switch. Like, I'm a submissive person. Um, and I will give you everything. When I love you, I will give you everything. Um, so when you take advantage of that, um, you slowly start chipping at me. Um, I will put up with it. I'll put up with it, and I'll put up with you, and I will beg you to stop treating me like that. But if you don't stop treating me like crap, I will leave you. And once I hit that mark, that I'm just tired of it, I'm tired of guys treating me like crap, it's a switch for me. And that's how it was when mine and me and James' dad split. It was just a switch for me, and I just didn't want nothing from him. I don't want your money. I don't want nothing. Just please go. And I think I got that from my mom, because she was just like, I don't want his money. I don't want nothing. I just want custody. That's it. And I hit that point too. Like, I just I didn't want anything from him. Like, literally, I told him to leave, and um, his cell phone plan was under like our family plan, and my mom had to take him off of our plan. And when she did that, they told her, if you cancel that line, you have to pay the phone full in. You have to pay off the phone full in, and then close the line. You can't. So I paid off his phone. I paid off his phone so my mom could close the line, so he could just leave us the f alone. And he paid me back slowly, but I wasn't the type of baby mama that was like, "Where's my money? Where's my money?" I was just like, "I'll pay off your phone. Just go," you know. And I think I got that quality from my mom, because she was just like, "I don't want nothing. Just give me custody, and that's it." But yeah, that just really resonated with me. And child support also. I didn't care to serve my baby daddy with child support. The county actually made me do that, because I didn't care for it. But um, yeah, I didn't care for it because I want to be the type of woman who makes it on her own. To me, that is what makes a strong woman. Like, you need to be able to take care of yourself and have yourself financially secure, emotionally secure, and then you find a man who's like that, and then you guys are on the same level and balance each other out, and it's equal. The man shouldn't be paying more, or the woman shouldn't be paying more. It should be in the middle. So I think I think that's how it should be. Um, because I would hate to be with a man and he's taking care of me, and he could just up and leave me one day. He could cheat on me one day and leave me for another woman, and I will be asked out. No money, no career, no nothing. So I think it's important as women, have your career, have your own purpose, have your own money, because you can't rely on these dudes nowadays. Like, yeah, there's some good ones out there, but a lot of them aren't good. So you need to figure it out on your own. Don't be a cliche baby mama. Like, that's not cute in my book. That's another thing. I could never be a cliche baby mama. Like, me and my baby daddy have such a good relationship. Um, and I always told him I would never keep James away from him. I never talk badly about him. He could call James whenever he wants. Like it's all good. Like, I don't care. um, I'm the least problematic baby mama ever. Yeah, we have such a good relationship. It's chill. Like, I would never want to be that type of baby mama. I don't get it. Um, uh, yeah, I already said that. I would rather get government assistance or receive benefits for being a single mom instead of begging a man for money. I would never do that, period. I refuse to be the type of woman. Um, if a man is man enough, he will do it. If he's not man enough, why would you even want him around? Why would you even want to beg him? I don't get that. Um, if he doesn't want to help, then that shows you what type of man he is, and just leave him alone. Leave him in the dust. Like, I'm not crying and complaining because my baby daddy isn't around. Like, no, it's chill, it's peaceful, like, I don't get it. Yeah, if not, bye, I'll do it on my own. Um, okay. So, I'm not perfect, and this is something that I need to work on. Um, I know it might sound cold, and especially if I want to be a therapist or counselor, I know I'm probably gonna I'm gonna come across a lot of people like this, but sorry if I sound cold, but um, since my mom went through all of this, I hate hearing people talking about how hard their life is when they have it made compared to how my mom had it. Like, when I hear people complaining about, oh my god, my life is so hard, and oh my god, and you have both parents, you have a roof over your head, you have a car, you have your parents cooking for you, you have money for meals, you have, if you have all of that, I do not, I can't stand hearing you complain about how hard your life is, because my mom didn't have any of those things and she figured it out on her own. She didn't have both parents. She didn't have a car for a while. And we always had a home, but like, come on, like, we moved a lot. So it's like, if you have a stable roof over your head, if you have a car, if you have both parents that are helping you, feeding you, I can't stand hearing people complaining about their life. Like, obviously, I'll respond nicely and tell them the story about my mom and tell them they can do it too, but I just can't. I know that's something I need to work on if I'm gonna be a therapist, because I'm gonna be hearing all kinds of sob stories like that, and I'm just gonna be like, you want to hear the story about my mom? You want to hear what my mom went through? Like, I don't want to hear girls crying about, oh, it's so hard, and you have both parents, a car, a home, help everywhere. No, my mom didn't have any of that, and she figured it out on her own. I'm sorry. If we can do it, you guys can do it too. I want to motivate you guys. I want to, so I want to tell my mom's story, my story, because society needs to change. Society needs to stop. I understand certain people can only handle certain levels of stress. Like, I know it's unfair to be like, that person can handle the same amount of pain that that person can handle, but I understand that. But I just can't stand that when I see people with both parents, a car, a roof over their head, help everywhere around them, and they're complaining about how hard their life is. And on social media, they're gloating about how good their life is. When in real life, they're complaining about how hard their life is. Like, I can't do people like that. Say what's really going on in your life and motivate the people around you. Don't freaking lie and say, oh, my life is so beautiful, and in real life, you're a hot mess. I don't like that. Cut liars. Yeah, this is why I'm saying this story again, to tell you guys my mom's story and mine, to hopefully motivate and inspire somebody. Maybe somebody needs to hear this message. That's why I'm here, because I feel a push to make videos about my life. Yeah, this is a topic that's been on my list, and I felt a push to cover this topic for some reason. And I've been getting like pushes, like, for example, we watched the Tina Turner documentary the other day, and it's Tina Turner's story is kind of similar to my mom's because of the like all the hell she went through. But obviously, my mom's not a superstar or movie star, but it's the same thing. Like, look at all the stuff Tina Turner went through, and she still came out on top. She's a superstar, and that's how I feel about my mom. Look at all the stuff she went through, and she still came out fine. You know. And again, that's why I want to tell you guys these stories, so you guys can get it. Get me, my mentality, and I want to tell you guys the story of my mom to show you guys can do it too. And that's the person that I grew up around, and that's why I'm like that. Yeah, I really hate that when people are like hashtag blessed, hashtag independent, hashtag goals, and in real life they complain, and don't do anything about it. That's another thing I hate, when people complain, and I give them advice, and they don't do nothing. So just don't be that person, please. Yeah. So sorry if I'm hostile. Like the guy messaged me, which I think was a fake profile. But yeah, this is why I want to hop on here and spread awareness. I'm tired of fake society. Let's be real. Let's motivate each other. We all struggle, and we should all inspire and encourage one another instead of being bitter a-holes and competing and throwing shade and talking smack and saying lies. And why? Let's vibe higher. Let's say what's really going on, and let's inspire people. And I think that's God's work. Honestly, if you're telling the truth and you're trying to change society for the best, not lying, you're helping change society. And I think it's important that everybody does their part, because like I said probably in other videos, like I know people are like, oh, one person can't make a difference, oh, I won't. Yes, there's power in numbers. So if more people talk about a certain topic, then it'll become more out there. People become more aware of it, and that's how change happens. Look at history. Like, if you start a movement, then change happens. And that's just what I wanted to talk about. I have more on my phone here. Yeah, I think it's just very important to make your own money, so a man has nothing but loyalty to offer you. Yeah, and um maybe this is off topic, but I guess I wanted to cover these topics because I wrote it down. So um yeah, okay, so this is, I think, another thing that people are struggling with in society right now is the old school woman and the new school woman. I posted a video about this on my Instagram of how, like, the new modern era women literally act like F-boys. Like, it's cool to be a side chick, it's cool to be a hoe, it's cool to play your baby daddy, it's cool to be a gold digger, it's cool to play dudes, it's cool to have multiple dudes, it's cool to... Those type of women are ruining it for all the other women who aren't like that. Like, literally, if a guy comes across a woman like that, who's just a gold digger, who's just trying to have multiple dudes, and you know, and she cheats on the dude, she messes up the dude mentally, then he thinks all girls are like that, and vice versa. You know, like, there could be a good girl, and she gets involved with a bad dude, and she gets her heart broken, and then she could turn into a hoe. Then she hates guys, and she just wants to sleep around, and she just wants to play around, you know? And I think us as a society, we need to realize that pattern, and we need to stop, because we're just ruining it for other people, you know? Like, I think it is so hard to find a good partner nowadays because of that, because society is so messed up and women are so messed up. I feel like women are trying to act like dudes. Like, I'm a feminist and I'm all about um equal pay and respect and all that, but it's just such a fine line. Like, I just feel like I don't want to be a slave to society, a slave to religion, a slave to my husband. My feelings matter, and I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just, when you're a submissive woman like that, guys will take advantage of you because they're so used to the other type of girls who play games and who just want to compete and who cheats first and da-da. And I honestly think that's why I'm alone, because I come across people who want to play games like that, who want to compete, and that's not what I'm trying to do. Like I get, hurt people is what I'm trying to say, and it goes both ways. Like, girls hurt boys too, and it's just a toxic cycle. I hope I'm making sense. Um, and the old school way was, the woman stays at home and the guy makes the money, but that dynamic doesn't work if I stay home and you're the like I said previously, if I stay home and you're the one making all the money, what if you decide to leave me one day? What if you cheat on me one day? Then I'm gonna have nothing. I'm gonna have no money. So that's why I don't believe in that system anymore, that family system anymore. I believe women should make their own money, because you can't rely on men these days. They will just dip and leave you with nothing. Like, you have to have your own career, your own purpose, your own money. I believe that. But again, I also know, like, this is a capitalist society and I can't make it on my own. I'm 5'2", 110 pounds physically. Like, I need a man in my life, but I still feel like women could do it on, you know. Another song is I Can Do Bad All By Myself. I was watching the Tyler Perry movie earlier. Mary J. Blige was playing that song. I Could Do Bad All By Myself. Maybe I'll put that song down, link in the bio. And it's pretty much saying that I could do bad all by myself. Like, I don't need someone around me abusing me, pushing me around. Like, I could do it. I could do bad all by myself. I could do it all by myself. You know? So we need to stop these cycles. Let's men stop being F boys, women stop being F girls. Like, come on, people. Like, literally, I see couples and I'm like, dang, they're lucky they found their person, because society is so messed up nowadays. So messed up. Like, it's a shame how girls are and how guys are. The future memes. Oh, I can't stand future memes. I hope I made sense describing that toxic cycle. I try to fight that toxic cycle so bad, because I don't want to be that person that's like, oh, I'm hurt, so I'm gonna be a bitter hoe now. No. I've been hurt several times, but each time I've been hurt, I will heal, and then I'll open my heart again for someone else. Then I get hurt, and then I have to close myself, heal, then I open myself again. Then I get hurt, then I heal, then I open myself again. Because I love. I've wanted to be married and be a young mom from a young age. And I feel like these guys took that dream, that fairy tale from me, because of how messed up society is. Which I think will be my next video. I like that I did that because it's like a little intro into my next video. My next video will probably be a story time on the first guy who future bombed me, who said we were gonna get married and I was gonna move to a different state, and it didn't work out. That's the first guy who promised me marriage. Because there's 3, so we're gonna start with story number 1. So yeah, I'm excited to tell my story, keep going, to keep motivating you guys. I went through all my bullet points. I hope I wasn't repetitive. I don't know I'm doing that. If I forget anything, I'll put it in my link down below. But yeah, I hope I didn't come out hostile, and I hope you guys get what I'm trying to say, because it's all love on this channel. I see everybody who supports me. Again, it's a exchange of positive energy, and I notice you guys. So good karma, good vibes your way. And I also notice the haters. And I'll pray for you tonight, to my haters, because haters are just bitter people who need love. They need a hug. They're lost, they're confused, and they need prayer. They need love. And that's why I'm here, to spread love, to tell y'all you don't have to be like that. I'll hug you. You don't have to be mean. I have so much love to give, and I hope I'm spreading love through my videos, my pictures, my channel, my social media, because that's really what I want to do. Yeah. I think that's it. So I guess I'll end it here. It feels weird, but If I forget anything, I'll put in my link down below. And like I said, I hope I motivated you guys with the story of my mom, and how that influenced me and why I am the way I am. Yeah, love and light. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. I care more about my YouTube and my Instagram, so if you would please subscribe and follow, I would love that. And I'll show support back to your guys' pages. If you have a business or anything, I show love back. I noticed you guys, like I said. And yeah, I'll leave my link down below so you could also check out my pictures. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but maybe not. Okay, good night. Bye.